Good evening. I'm I'm going to recite a poem. There are other dramatic readings of this poem available. Uh, but I'll tell you this poem is is really old. It first appeared in 1866, and I first read it, I think, in the third grade. I was able to get a hold of a book of poems out of the library at my school, at my grade school. And like I said, I think I read this uh, when I was probably about 8 or 9. And I love this thing. This is just so cool. The problem is that this is kind of a little iffy. It's like uh, the way the social construct of the country is concerned. It might be socially unacceptable nowadays, but at any rate, this thing's been around a long time, and I'm going to read it a little bit in. Well, I'm gonna try to do it justice. 'Twas on the shores that round our coast from Deal to Ramsgate span, I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy and his beard was long. Weedy and long was he, and I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key. Oh, I'm a cook and a captain bold and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and the crew of the captain's gig. He shook his fist and he tore his hair, till I really felt afraid, for I couldn't help thinking the man had been drinking. And so I simply said, "Oh, elderly man, it's little I know of the duties of men at sea, and I'll eat my hand if I understand however you can be at once a cook and a captain bold and a mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and a crew of the captain's gig." Well, he gave a hitch to his trousers, which is a trick all seamen larn, and having got rid of a thumping quid, he spun this painful yarn. 'Twas in the good ship Nancy Bell that we sailed to the Indian Sea, and there on a reef we came to grief, which has often occurred to me. Pretty near all the crew was drowned. There were 77 us all, and only 10 of the Nancy's men said here to the muster roll. There was me and a cook and a captain bold and a mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight and a midshipmite and a crew of the captain's gig. For a month we had neither wittles nor drink, till a hungry we did feel. So we drawed a lot and accordin' shot to captain for our meal. The next lot fell to the Nancy's mate and a delicate dish he made. Then our appetite with the midshipmite we 7 survivors stayed. And then we murdered the boatswain tight, and he much resembled pig. Then we whittled free, did the cook and me, on the crew of the captain's gig. Then only me and the cook was left, and the delicate question which of us two goes to the kittle arose, and we argued it out as sich. For I loved that cook as a brother, I did, and the cook he worshipped me. But we'd both be blowed if we'd either be stowed in the other chap's hold, you see. I'll be eat if you dines off me, says Tom. Yes, that, says I, you'll be. I'm boiled if I die, my friend, quoth I. And exactly so, quoth he. Says he, dear James, to murder me were a foolish thing to do. For don't you see that you can't cook me, while I can and will cook you? So he boils the water and takes the salt and the pepper in portions true, which he never forgot, and some chopped shallot, and some sage and parsley too. Come here, says he, with the proper pride, which his smiling features tell. 'Twill soothing be if I let you see how extremely nice you'll smell. And he stirred it round and round and round, and he sniffed at the foaming froth, when I ups with his heels and smothers his squeals in the scum of the boiling broth. And I ate that cook in a week or less, and as I eating be, the last of his chops, why, I almost drops, for a vessel in sight I see. I never larf, and I never smile, and I never lark nor play, but I sit and croak in a single joke I have, which is to say, oh, I am a cook and a captain bold, and a mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and a crew of the captain's gig. See you next time.